Welcome to the show. My name is Brock Page, and I do random sports picks for fun. The Dodgers are at the Diamondbacks for a 9:40 Eastern start this evening in Arizona. The betting in this one opened up with the Dodgers as the Moneyline favorites at $1.25. Not a whole lot of line movement so far in this one. LA is now laying $1.28 on the Moneyline, with the total moving slightly downward to an even 8 runs. Currently, the D-backs are getting the 1.5 at home, and at the moment, we have ourselves a 50-50 even split on where the money's going. Tonight's probables: Alex Wood for the Dodgers, Zach Greinke for the D-backs. Arizona's an impressive 16-6 in their games where Greinke makes the start. Meanwhile, on the other side, Los Angeles has actually been just a bit better. This Dodger team is winning a staggering 77% of the games when Alex Wood makes the start on the bump themselves. And speaking of this Dodger team, they're winning an absurd 71% of their games overall with a record of 46 games over 500. In addition to that, this Dodger squad is winning nearly 73% of their games going into the first pitch as the favorite. But if you think Los Angeles is a stone-cold lead pipe lock to get the job done tonight, keep in mind that they've actually won just 9 of 20 games at the current Moneyline odds. They also dropped game 1 of this very series yesterday, 6-3, at the hands of the D-backs. LA is facing an Arizona team who's winning a remarkable 67% of their games at home. In addition to being 16 games over 500, this D-backs team is also winning a ridiculous 71% of their games as the official home underdog. All told, the case for both sides can certainly be made. As for me, however, I'm going to slide into some total run breakdown. Looks like we got ourselves a bit of a pitcher's duel tonight, folks, so you may want to expect some of the cash to pour in on the under, despite the minimal line movement we've seen thus far. Moreover, 3 out of LA's last 4 games have all gone under the posted total. But if you think the under's a lock in this one, keep in mind that Diamondback games are 2-1 for the overs in their last 3 themselves. In addition, all 3 of those aforementioned games all went over 8 total runs. Meanwhile, just 1 out of LA's last 4 games actually went under 8 runs. All told, the case for both sides can easily be made. But as for me, I'm going to go ahead and take the over 8 runs despite the favorable pitching matchup. And when it comes to selecting a winner, the hottest team in baseball hardly loses back-to-back games. I'm going to take the LA Dodgers to pick up the W in this one. But when it comes to the run line, the D-backs are really good at home. Can't imagine they're going to get blasted in the friendly confines. I think they can cover the 1.5. All told, I'm predicting a very good game and a final score of 5-4 Dodgers. Next game, Baltimore at the Los Angeles Angels for a 3:30 Eastern matinee. The betting opened up with the Orioles as the $1.20 Moneyline favorites and the total at 9.5 runs. Since then, Baltimore is still favored at $1.40 with the total remaining at an even 9.5 runs. Currently, the Angels get the 1.5 at home, and at the moment, 55% of the action's on the Orioles to get the job done. This afternoon's probables are Gossman for the O's, Troy Scribner for the Angels. LA's 1-0 in their lone game where Scribner made the start. Meanwhile, on the other side, Baltimore is playing 500 ball with Gossman, going 12-12 in their games where he makes the start. And speaking of Baltimore, they're winning a solid 63% of their games as the favorite. They also been real good as of late, winning 3 of their last 4. The good news pretty much ends there, though, for O's bettors, as this Baltimore team has won a measly 21 of 55 games on the road this year. Even worse, Baltimore's winning just 36% of their games as the official road favorite. They're also facing an Angels team who's 32-26 in their games at home. LA's also 47-43 in their 3rd game without a day off. All told, the case for both sides can certainly be made. As for me, however, I'm going to slide into some total run breakdown before selecting a winner. And when it comes to the scoring with these teams, this Angel squad is 3-1 for the unders in their last 4. Fairly similar story for Baltimore on the other side as well. 3 of the O's last 4 games also went under the posted total themselves. All told, the case for the under can certainly be made in this one. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. When it comes to the total, I'm taking the under 9.5 runs in this one. I'm also taking the upset. I think the Angels will not only cover the 1.5 at home, I think they win this one outright. I'm predicting a final score of 4-3 Angels in this one. All right, folks, I'm going to slide into my next and final game for the show. It is the lightning round, so I got to move. I'm talking about Houston minus 230 at the Chicago White Sox with the total at 9.5 runs. Chicago gets the 1.5, and at the moment, 73% of the action's on the Stros. We got McHugh for the Astros, Gonzalez for the White Sox. Got to take the favorites in this one. I think Houston wins it outright. and by at least 2 runs. I'm also looking for a lot of offense in this one. Give me the over 9.5. I'm predicting a final score of 7-4 Houston. Well, folks, that is going to do it for me, but before I get out of here, I have to remind you that I am not a sports betting expert, nor do I implore you to take any of my picks. A wise man once said, good ain't free, and free ain't good. If for some reason you decide to use the free information on this program, you're utilizing it at your own discretion. Most importantly, if you're betting any of these games, do it safe, do it responsibly, and most important, have fun. For Brock Page Productions, I'm Brock Page, and have yourself a positive day.